Hello viewers and IELTS aspirants. Welcome to another video in this IELTS video lesson series. In this video, we are going to shed light on a very important aspect of writing, which is improving coherence with the help of discourse markers. So let's start. What are discourse markers exactly? Well, some of you may have heard of them, and it's okay if you have no clue what they mean. We are here to help you. So basically, discourse markers are used for signposting. Just like on the road, we see a number of road signs which help a great deal with knowing how we should be driving. For example, what should be the speed? If there is a U-turn allowed, or if there is a school ahead. All these signs indicate and help the driver prepare beforehand. Similarly, discourse markers help the listener or the reader understand the organization, the flow, and the transition of ideas in your text. So, the definition would be that they are actually a glue that helps link the ideas well. That's why we could also call them linkers. Using these linkers, the correct type at the right time could in fact enhance your articulation. They could boost your coherence and make it easy for the reader to follow your writer. They add clarity and a desired flow to your ideas. Just using the correct type of discourse marker can increase your reader's level of comprehension and make your language more coherent than ever. Now, discourse markers could be of various types. Each type has its own specific and unique function. Let's take a look at some of the most useful and helpful types of discourse markers. Here is an example. Oshika is intelligent, but she is lazy. This is a compound sentence as we learned in the previous grammatical range video. Try reading this sentence aloud. What do you observe? The moment we say but or here but, we get the idea. Now, the writer is talking about the exact opposite of what they had said earlier. Do you see that? The discourse marker but is enforcing a transition in ideas from talking about Oshika's good quality to her negative quality. That's the beauty of discourse markers. They are enabling us to talk about contradicting ideas so smoothly. And of course, that's one of the functions. Linking contradicting ideas. Here we have a list of discourse markers that can help connect opposite views. The second function is adding similar ideas. In your essay report, there will be so many instances where you would want to add multiple ideas on the same subject. So, how do we do it? Here is an illustration. He walks and looks after his family. Yes, you guessed right. And here is the discourse marker responsible for adding similar ideas. But this was quite a basic example. What if we need to connect more such ideas? Of course, we can't be using and all the time. That would be too much repetition. So here's a list of discourse markers that we can use in place of and. The next function is sequencing ideas. These discourse markers would assist in writing body paragraphs and process writing primarily. Logical ordering of ideas will be indicated by this kind. For instance, mobile phones have several features. Firstly, we could make video calls using them. Secondly, now here, firstly and secondly are indicating the sequence of ideas, also the number of ideas. There are more discourse markers that we can use for sequencing ideas. Then comes highlighting ideas. There would be many instances where you may want to emphasize a particular idea or concept among all ideas in your writing. These discourse markers will come in handy then. For example, the authorities need to work on many sectors, especially health and education. In this case, the word "specially" is laying stress on the following idea. It is helping that a certain idea stands out among all others. Here are the discourse markers which we can use to highlight or focus on particular ideas or notions. Another useful function of discourse markers is that they also help us state reasons for the arguments we make in our writing. We have a sentence here to help you understand it better. It goes, since he didn't obey the rules, he was penalized. The cohesive device since indicates the reason for a certain subsequent action. We could say, he was penalized since he didn't obey the rules. These are the discourse markers for reasoning. You could use any of them for this function. The next function is giving examples. You may want to provide evidence for the supporting ideas you include specially in your essays, and that's why we would need these discourse markers. Here are are the linkers which we can use in place of the very commonly used, for example. And when all is done, you would be required to conclude your essays. A conclusion or summary is mandatory in every essay you write. Your essays would be incomplete without them. That's why the discourse markers for conclusions should be in our knowledge. Here is an example. To sum up, the internet has more benefits than drawbacks. Here are some concluding linkers you should know. Alright, so I guess we are done now. We learned all the basic discourse markers which we should know and be able to use naturally and appropriately. Now, a few tips. Remember, not to flood your writings with discourse markers. Too many of them could drop the quality of your language too. Your writing may turn out to look mechanical and not natural at all. To give you an estimate, 4 to 5 discourse markers at the right places are desired in essay writing, not more than that. Also, use the discourse markers because the idea demands them, not to brag about your lexical power. This could backfire as well. And like always, grasping every concept would need some time and practice. So don't shy away from making an effort. For this video lesson, we are happy to provide you with an absolutely free of cost takeaway PDF containing list of discourse markers that we shared today. You can access them by clicking the link in the video description. We hope you found the video useful. Keep an eye out for more useful content coming your way. Thank you for watching.